You seem to still be up there somewhere.
Maybe I am. There are flying saucers.
Supposing they're Martians or something in there.
Hey guys, welcome back to another Weird Wednesday. I'm CharlieMewshaw, and this is
Cassie.
And also...
Hey, this is Charlie.
Charlie, thank you so much for coming on this episode. So excited to have you here.
Yeah, no, it's exciting. I guess I should do that a little clearer. My name is Charlie Mewshaw, and I'm a guest. I would assume people know that.
I'm not that confident in our listeners to know better. But they might. I hope. No, we don't do guests here often, so it is probably a little jarring to hear, someone else, a third party on the episode. But it's good. You guys know that. You know my guests are quality content, and this is another quality content guest. So we're going to get.
That's how I got this spot.
By being quality.
Yeah, by being quality guest.
Oh yeah, by being right. The fans pretty much voted you in against your own free will. So
I know, I didn't even apply.
Yeah, they were like, it's got to be Cassie. So they just love you enough. So hopefully they like Charlie also. So, and if not too bad. You're stuck with him now for at least an hour and a half. So.
I like me. I'm not changing. I'm here.
Speaking of liking you, Charlie, how was your weekend? What did you get up to?
So I am in the central region of North Carolina, and we got a bunch of snow, and we don't normally get snow. So there was some sledding, which was cool with my kids. There was a lot of Hero Quest, which is like Dungeons and Dragons Light. It's a board game.
We know.
The Royal Rumble. There you go. The Royal Rumble was this past weekend, so there was that. I had a pretty awesome weekend.
Actually, that does sound pretty epic. Yeah, that was what the kids think about
he's a wrestling fan too. He fits right in.
Bunch of nerds over here. My God,
my girl Liv won.
Man, I love that. Wow, that's great. No, what the kids think about? You said you guys don't get a lot of snow like that. Did they enjoy the sledding?
They did. They had a really good time. They weren't up for being out in it much. So I guess I got a nice long hike through the woods on my own as the snow was falling. So that was cool. But they had a good time. They kept saying how cold it is. And I'm like, yeah, guys, that's how this works.
Oh, God. Fucking kids, man. I swear to God.
It's so cold. I don't want to wear my gloves. Wait, I need my gloves.
And I get it. I always want to go out to the woods when it snows because that's footprints, right? That's the best time to go and track footprints. But every time I'm like, but do I really want to go out there?
Man, fucking adults. Come on now.
Right, I could be at home drinking hot cocoa.
Did you have your child dig out your car though last week?
Did I?
Yeah.
No, actually, he did not. I did it, and then the plow truck came and really buried me, and my poor little plastic apartment shovel was not doing a damn thing. So my elderly mother had to come and help me out. She's not. She's not really elderly. I mean, she's like 40 something. So she's good. But we figured it out anyway. So we got to shovel like ice chunks out. So we're Charlie. We're in Ohio, so we also got the massive snow, and it's just rocked our world ever since. And we're done with it. But we're a little more used to it than probably.
Kinda. We're supposed to get 6 more inches Friday.
We're getting 5 more tomorrow. So.
Yeah, y'all get real snow. We don't get real snow.
We do, but you know what? The Midwesterners, how it is. So there's always someone that's always more Midwestern than you, right? So we're like, oh man, yeah, we get snow. Well, then like the Wisconsinites will be like, oh, you guys think that's snow? Really? You don't know snow, and it just gets worse and worse. Like the higher north you go, and it's like, geez.
My brother-in-law lives in Minnesota, so I get to hear all about it.
You get real snow, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Well, sounds like you had a great weekend. Cassie, how was your weekend?
It was good. The boys were here, so we went. What did we do? So Friday, I picked the boys up after I got off work, and then Saturday we have this huge resort over here in Amish country, and it's like the guys that own Dish, the satellite company. They
Okay.
made their own resort for like their company meetings and stuff. Well, now it's just for everybody to use. So we went, and Hunter and Brandon did the golf simulator for like an hour and a half, and then me and John met him up there, and we went to the pool and the hot tub, and then we went and had dinner and came home, and I went to work Sunday, and now we're just scrambling to get ready for Eva's surgery in the morning. And yeah, it was relaxing to hectic really fast.
You don't ever get to just like genuinely relax, do you?
No, that's why I paint all these weird things. It gets me away from life.
That's fair. That's your relaxed time, but it's
It
still work.
is. That's like it just like I don't even care if I like make money at these events that I do. Like just get it out of my house so I can make more, because tomorrow's gonna be stressful and I'm gonna need to paint too.
Aw.
I get that. That's
Yeah.
pretty much how I got into podcasting. I already do all this stuff. I need an outlet for it, and that'll be my escape.
Yep, exactly.
Oh yeah, when you start monetizing your hobbies, it's that's why I stopped doing horror movie stuff, because I was just like, I gotta have something that's for me, man.
Yeah.
I gotta like take it back a little bit. And now I'm thinking about getting back into it again, and I'm just like, why do you do this to yourself?
Yeah.
Well, I get it.
How was
Well,
your weekend?
my weekend was I mean, it's been pretty uneventful around here, as I've told everybody. My sister just had her third baby, so we've been doing a lot of that. I went and saw said baby. It's definitely it's a baby, it was very exciting to have my first nephew, exciting to have my second. Now that she's had her third, I'm like, can you just stop? Just kidding. she's doing
Christmas
okay.
is getting expensive around here. Can we just quit?
Right. I mean, oh God, I had one. I thought that was the deal, right? We'd all have one and that'd be it. And here we are. But
I have 6. You want some?
no, I do not. That's what I'm saying. I have the one. I'm good. No, it's been a lot of that. It's been a lot of family stuff. But again, it's the winter time. It's tough to really do anything. It's tough to want to do anything. Get out and see people, or just things that you even enjoy. Even going to the grocery, it's like, this is tough, man. I hate this. My face hurts, right? I don't like that. But it was good. Hopefully there's some more exciting weekends coming up. Well, there definitely are, right? We know that for sure.
I was about to say, well, there's room for a plug. I know of one very exciting weekend coming up.
Definitely a very exciting weekend coming up. But first, I'll mention. I forgot to do this week. My God, I suck. We were supposed to have our Patreon meeting on Thursday nights, and we were not able to do so because I was actively dying. So I am a type 1 diabetic, and what that means is that my blood sugar is either so high that my blood itself is like a delicious syrup you could put on your pancakes, or it's so low that I am dying. And so I was on the low spectrum of that and dying during the time that our meetup was supposed to be. So we had to cancel abruptly. Sorry about that, guys. But Cassie, you did still make a wonderful piece of artwork.
Oh, yeah. I do have a painting for a lucky Patreon member.
And we were going to auction it off on the show, but I kind of dropped the ball and didn't really auction it off. So what we're going to do, come to the group. We're going to auction it off on the Facebook group on Wednesdays We Talk Weird. We will post it up with the winner over there, and Cassie will be sending it out as soon as she gets that contact information. So
yeah,
we will continue that. Hopefully we'll see you guys in this month, February, before
and
that
this
happens.
one is the Santa Isabel entity.
And it is great. Let me tell you.
I did draw Deadpool, so instead of the Santa Isabel entity sniffing his own finger in a bathroom, he's sniffing Deadpool's finger in a bathroom. So you should.
Yep, it's pretty fantastic. So
yeah, it's great.
One of you lucky Patreon members will get to have that in your home on display.
And it also glows in the dark too. So
you love that. I love that you love that, because I love that. So, but no, we'll get that out there for people. and it'll be fantastic. So, trucking along here. Why don't we get to some news real quick? Do you want to take turns? I'll go, you go, and then I'll end it.
Sure.
All right, let's do it that way. So, let's talk about this first one here. This is about the doomsday clock.
Great.
Yep, the official doomsday clock is now at 85 seconds to midnight, which is the closest it has ever been since its invention way back in the day. Since 2012, it has slowly inched closer and closer to midnight, with the organization that does the doomsday clock, kind of citing different things and different reasoning for why. Right now, they're blaming AI, right? The introduction of AI into it as, why we are just becoming more and more doomed. So, I don't know. I see people all the time that are like, well, it's, oh, we all better start freaking out, right? And it's not that. The doomsday clock, I mean, obviously it's a philosophical concept. Like, it's not that we literally have 85 seconds to live. It's just that as a species, we are getting closer and closer to our own extinction. And, what does 85 seconds play out to? I don't even think they know, to be honest with you. I don't think they're like, oh, this is, 85 years or whatever. I don't think it really means anything. It's just kind of a measure of how we're doing as a people. And, I kind of
not great. So
we're
not great.
Good. No, we're not doing good at all. And we need to do better. I don't know, Charlie, how familiar are you with the doomsday clock?
I'm very familiar with the doomsday clock, and I would agree. I don't think we're doing too well right now.
Good. Yeah. I don't know, Cassie. What do you think about the doomsday clock?
I know absolutely nothing about the doomsday clock, just like most things I don't know about. But I don't think we're doing good.
Yeah,
you should go read up on it. It's fun.
It's just a wonderful source. Myself.
It's a wonderful source of anxiety every time there's a new news headline about it.
Exactly. That's why I kind of stay away from that stuff. But really after what happened like this weekend at one of our people's events, like I don't think we're doing good at all as like people.
What happened at one of our people's events?
You didn't hear about the Michigan event?
Oh, I didn't know that was one of our people's.
Well, I mean, all of our, there's a lot of our friends that are in there, and a lot of them got turned away.
Oh, Jesus.
It wasn't one of our friends that put it on. I'm not in that community, but
yeah. Well, for people that don't know, there was an oddities convention in Michigan, and it was oversold by 30 to 50 vendors or something.
No,
like that.
150 vendors.
Oh, wow, that's even worse. Oh my God.
It's no accident.
5 is horrible. I mean,
yeah.
Overselling it all is really bad and super easy to not do. But it was just not a good. It was not a good look. That's why I'm so thankful for people like Jeff Craig and the Frogman Festival, because, well, he as a vendor knows what the fuck he's doing. And this guy putting on this Michigan event. This was not part of the news, but here we are. He just sucks. He's just a con artist, and I've heard that from multiple people. So I don't know.
And he does 3 or 4 other events too. Lisa had them. Lisa Russell, Cryptic Comforts, has them all listed in one of her Facebook posts if anybody wants to look, so they know if they're going or not to one of his shows.
Good to know. Oof, yeah. Well,
I don't know who you're talking about, but it sounds very.
I don't know his name.
Very, very grifty is the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah,
well, I was reading through all the comments on Lisa's post, and I guess it wasn't by as many as this year, but he oversold the event last year too, so it wasn't an accident.
And he keeps the money, so he oversells these vendor spaces and then they don't get a refund, and it's that's not how that works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He says that he's going to Venmo refunds, but never does. So there was a few of the people that made videos saying that they got their refund because when he finally showed up, they cornered him and made them give their money back right there. But if everybody else let it pass, they're probably not getting paid.
I'd kick him in the balls. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. I don't
endorse when we do it as a vendor with a huge setup. If I pay for a 10x10 space, I'm going to utilize that whole 10x10 space.
Yeah.
And I do practice setups before, so I know I can fit everything before I shove it all in vehicles and take it up there. I would be so pissed if I went all the way to Michigan and ended up with like a 6x8 space.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like it'd be like, no. Anyway, I don't want to put too much attention on that guy. He doesn't. He's already gotten plenty. He doesn't deserve it. He deserves the backlash, but yeah, fuck that guy. People suck. I don't know why they suck, but that is another reason why we are closer and closer to midnight on the doomsday clock, is because, well, people fucking suck.
That was the point of bringing that guy up. Exactly, the doomsday clock right there.
Sir, you've advanced the clock. I'm blaming you for this, and I don't appreciate it.
Right, it's entirely his fault. We got to stop it. We got to stop this guy.
Exactly.
I don't know this guy. I don't know the event, but I'm sold. You sold me. I'm in. This is what moved the clock.
Oh my gosh, that's got to be it. You know, I'm just saying, we need to do better. You know, just in general, gotta do better, folks. So, anyway, that's my news for the week. Well, one of my newses for the week.
So, if we're talking about the doomsday clock and why it's there, here's another reason why we're so close to dying as people. Nepal travel executives arrested for scamming millions with fake mountain rescues. So a bunch of these, basically, there was a handful of like Nepal government kind of, I don't know, organizations that were in charge of rescuing people that went to hike the mountain and the trail of the Himalayas. And they weren't actually rescuing people. They were submitting fake documentation of like helicopter reports and stuff to get the money. And this like $20 million, one of the groups did, over $10 million, another group did. One of the groups had $1 million just for one rescue, and there wasn't anybody even to rescue. They were just getting the money for it and scamming people out of these monies because they're such great people who rescue all these people from death, and really there isn't anybody that needed rescuing.
Okay, so hold on. So do they like, is the person that needs rescuing, are they like in on it, or do they just completely make up fake people?
No, it's completely fraudulent. Everything is fraudulent.
Wow, that's creativity. I'll give them that.
I was gonna say it's impressive.
Right.
and ballsy. Just like, wow. Yeah, we're just gonna make the whole thing up. It's gonna be fine. Shouldn't we get somebody else to be in on it and be the victim? Nope. Just gonna make it up.
Keep it small, keep it all. You know,
it says one of the organizations is accused of fabricating 75 out of 471 rescues, fraudulently claiming $8 million.
What? That is insane. I mean, you would think that like, I don't know. I guess you would think that people would like. Okay, in America, okay, if you're a missing white woman, like literally everybody knows it, right? You're everywhere, right, and everybody knows who you are, and everybody's like, oh, that's so-and-so, the missing white woman from so-and-so, you know, and so, but these people, they're not even like verifying that these people even exist, and they're like, oh shit, someone's missing? Yeah, get out there, take my money.
No, and this has all happened in 3 years, from 22 to 25.
I mean, they're awful people for scamming people, but the good people are the people that are just freely throwing their money out to these rescue missions to save people that don't even exist. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we can like narrow that down to, I guess, 6 Nepali nationals, it says. So the guy in Michigan and 6 Nepali nationals are screwing with us greatly as a country, as like a world.
Well, I mean, as we're finding out, most politicians are terrible people. So that is not surprising.
I think it takes a certain type of mindset to be like, you know what? I want to be in charge. I want to be in charge, and I'm going to go do it for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I won't even take a manager position at work because I don't want to be in charge of people.
Yeah, well, that's like super rich people too. Like usually they're the loneliest and whatnot, you know, because they have to have a certain mindset to get that rich to begin with,
right?
And that mindset is, you know, isolating from everybody that ever cared about you and fucking them over, right? So no, I think you're right. Unfortunately, we're not going to get into politics. We're not a politics show. There's enough of that. People come here to get away from it.
Right.
But oof.
I just want to serve you pizza and go home and draw weird pictures. Like, just let me do that. I want no like responsibility for anything else.
That's I'm like, I want to be a leader, but I don't want to be a leader because I want to be everybody's friend.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. Like, I'm not a good leader because then everybody's like, oh, I can't do this because of this. And I'm just like, oh, don't worry about it. I'll do it all. So I have the confidence for a leader, but I have the loyalty for not a leader. So there we are. Okay, well, let's go on to our third news story.
Yeah.
Remember, like, when you were a kid and you had those things that you were terrified of, right? That you don't really hear about anymore. Like, we all talk about the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah.
Right? That's one. Quicksand. Quicksand. Can you think of any others that you thought about as a kid that you were like, oh, it's horrifying?
Acid rain. Acid rain.
Ooh, acid rain. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. Well, I've got one for you.
Yeah.
Piranhas.
Ooh.
Piranhas. 10 people were attacked by piranhas at a popular Brazilian tourist spot in Paraguaco River, I believe is how you say it. The river is about 310 miles. It's pretty massive. A lot of people go there to swim and hang out and do their thing or whatever. But on one last Sunday, people just kept getting eaten up by these piranhas in the water. I mean, including like babies being attacked by these piranhas. Nobody has been lethally hurt, but for now, the river has been closed down to swimmers until they figure out why the piranhas are attacking people. They typically don't attack people, so this is unusual.
They're hungry.
Well, they think it's because the temperature's too hot and they're pissed off about it, you know.
Well, I'm never swimming in a river again. So
No, yeah, don't. Piranhas, I mean, they will attack you. In the article I'd read about it, I didn't include all this, but the article that I was reading had like mentioned this little, and it's just like a little blurb, right? There's a piranhas attacking people and that's it, right? There's not much else to it. But then it like goes on to talk about like violent attacks from piranhas, like where people and mostly like children have died because of being attacked by piranhas. And I was like, well, hold on. Because like I said, as a young kid, this was something that I thought I should be terrified of. But as an adult, we were all told, no, it's fine. Piranhas don't really do that. But now I'm finding out that they do, in fact, fucking do that.
as an adult, nobody's ever told me that piranhas don't fucking do that.
I guess I'm a fish person, so I like fish. So I guess I just kind of learned about it, you know, on my own accord. But yeah, I guess, you know, I don't know. I'm so conflicted now. I don't know how I feel about piranhas at this time.
I think that I know how they feel about you.
Especially if your blood sugar's high.
Yes, I would love my delicious blood. You're right. I'd be like, oh, dessert, you know. I don't know how to swim either, so I'd be like so screwed. I know. I mean, I could swim to save my life. I'm not like an Olympic. I say I don't know how, but you know, again, I don't go swimming as an activity. So, you know, I will wade in the water, but I will not swim. Yeah, that's my news. That's what I got.
Real quick, on a stupid news, Groundhog saw a shadow. 6 more weeks of winter, if you believe in that.
Fucking Groundhog, he's fired.
Oh, I don't want any more snow.
Well, I can't say I'm surprised though. It's been treacherous, so whatever. Fucking Groundhog.
I don't want to shovel anymore. If I have to shovel another parking lot, I'm gonna go crazy.
Oh,
Braden's gonna be gone all weekend at the hospital with Eva, so if it snows, like, I'm literally screwed. I have to do it all myself.
You don't have to do it.
Yeah, I do.
Morally, I have to.
Right.
I already told him I would. Damn it. Yeah, I get it, but you know, but you know, you don't. I mean.
No, just our stuff I have to.
Well, your stuff, yeah, you do have to. Sorry about that. I can't help you there. But everybody else, they can wait.
I'm not driving the plow. Like, I can't drive the plow. I don't know how to use it. So I'm strictly shovel.
I guess I've never thought about how to use a plow, but I suppose you're right. You can't just start driving and
you would probably do good at it because there's like a joystick. So your video games and stuff would like help you out greatly.
You're right. That would be, I would probably I'd probably drive more. I'd probably drive if I could drive a snowplow everywhere. Mm-hmm. I just plow cars out of my way, like move.
Right.
I'd go to jail, but you know, I'd be driving.
Yeah, if they catch you, you plow right over them.
That's true. I'd be like the killdozer guy.
I'll send you money.
Oh,
don't
yeah.
worry.
Remember that guy?
I do remember that guy.
Oh gosh. Well, let's get into basically why we are here and why Charlie's here with us. I'm sure people are curious. Charlie, where are you going to be at the first weekend in March?
I'm gonna be in Loveland, Ohio for the Loveland Frogman Festival.
We need
In
like
that
sound
voice.
effects.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I'll be at the Frogman Festival.
Do your
Super
whole
stoked.
speech in that voice at Frogman Festival.
Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me.
Well, that's wonderful news. How did you get involved with the Frogman Festival?
So out of the blue, okay, so it's interesting. Out of the blue, I got a message on Instagram saying, "Hey, would you like to be a part of this?" And I said, yes, emphatically, like within minutes of getting it, because when I got it, I had just been pitching the Frogman as an investigation for a project that I was working on at the time, and it didn't look like that was going to be able to happen, just due to varying circumstances. And I was like, I really want to go there though. And then I got the message, so I was just like, well, there you go. Sometimes it works out, right? Like sometimes the universe hears you.
That's perfect.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that.
Are you setting aside some extra time to do a little exploring?
I will likely do that. I'll probably come in early and leave late, like a day on
Sure.
either side. But not too much, because I think I don't know how I'm getting there yet. I haven't decided. But yeah, a day on either side I think would be nice.
Sure. It's not, I'll be honest, there's not much to see. Like there's much to see, but as far as the Frogman itself goes, I mean, it's very it'll be kind of jarring when you go to like the area where like these sightings took place. It's very gentrified.
Okay.
So yeah.
It's always so funny to me when that happens. I made a joke once. I was doing like a paranormal investigation into I was investigating the history of a paranormal incident and where the incident occurred. And it's completely gentrified now. And I said to somebody that I was working with on that, I was like, you never hear of like a haunted Bonefish Grill.
Right.
Or like,
yes.
or like a haunted TGI Fridays, or, whatever, fill in the blank with
I know, right?
Suburban chain restaurant. And I'm like, it's
the ghosts aren't into it, man. They don't like that shit.
No, it just kills the vibe. But so with cryptids, it's kind of even worse, right? So stories of cryptids when they come into civilization, I think, are way more interesting than when civilization overtakes where the cryptids were sighted, because it just feels kind of like, oh man, well, he's not going to be here now.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's basically, I mean, what it is. It used to be nothing. And like, you can tell, like everything there's only just now been there for like the last 10 years. You're like, what is this?
Okay.
What happened?
Gotcha.
It's very unfortunate, but there have been people, there obviously have been modern day reports. I'm sure you heard about the 2016 Pokemon Go, incidents, and Frogman, I think it was my second year there. My presentation was, frog people from around the world. They're seen everywhere in various different, I had one report that was from Phoenix, Arizona, which is, a big city. They
not particularly froggy either. Not what you would think of as froggy.
No, not really.
Oh, they're man-made lakes and ponds. No.
And that story, it's one of my favorite. Oh my gosh, it's so hilarious. So this like girl is walking to her neighbor's house, which is like a couple houses down the street, and she walks out the front door and she sees a UFO, and she can clearly see into the UFO, like a big window, this frog creature like controlling the panel, and it's like speaking to her telepathically, and it's like, you're not seeing what you think you're seeing, and don't tell anybody what you saw. So what does she do? She immediately turns back and goes back home and tells her grandmother exactly what she saw.
Yeah.
I just love it. I think it's so unusual, but it's I don't. It's one of those things. It's like, it's almost so crazy that it had to have happened. Like nobody makes that up.
Also, I think like the consistent components across different regions and cultures, when you talk about like exploring, like, all right, well, how many people say they've seen this type of thing and where and how do they describe it? And when you start getting those like consistencies across people that have no reason to be consistent, that's when you're like, okay, this is interesting.
Yeah, it is. It is really interesting, and people were surprised to hear that there have been others, because they don't call it the Loveland Frogman, in Arizona or wherever, and it's like,
Right.
well, I mean, the world's weird, guys. It's we get people that are like, oh, there's nothing weird that ever happens in my state, and we're like, oh yes, there is. You just gotta find it.
Yep.
I'm gonna call my dad after this. He lives in Arizona and be like, "Did a frogman flying a UFO ever tell you not to tell anybody you saw him?"
Well, he wouldn't tell you if he did.
He would. He's gonna be like, "What? Are you okay, Cassie?"
You should, you should ask him about it. It's really an interesting.
He tells me to go to what is it, Jeromesville or Jeromestown in Arizona that's haunted. He tells me to go there all the time.
I've not heard of that. I know of the what's that place? Tombstone or whatever.
Yeah, I've been there. That's nothing really. You can't really like investigate or like be by yourself during the day because there's so many people there.
Yeah, I'm interested in their cryptids for sure. Just because the desert's so, I don't know. It would be, I would think, difficult to hide in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
They do have a lot of like caves and stuff out there. But if it comes out, I mean, that's it, and everybody can see you because then it's all like, it's not all flat, but in like the flatter areas, I mean, you emerge from your cave, well, they can see you from fucking 200 miles away. They're like, oh look, there he is.
Right?
The Mogollon monster, or whatever. Anyway, back to Frogman. Definitely. At least try to get to some of the places. I'm sure you'll look into them, or you probably have already about what's around. It's Ohio. It's weird. Have you ever been to Ohio?
I have been to Columbus, and I was struck with how large his finger was on the statue that I saw of him. And obviously, he's like pointing or whatever, and I'm like, oh, it's so his finger doesn't fall off of the sculpture or break. But it took me a minute.
He was E.T. I mean,
it's just like, man, that guy's. What's going on with that dude's hand?
Strange. Okay, Ohio's worth taking a minute to check out. We got a lot of neat things, so you'll have fun. Jeff will usually send out. I love this about him. So he'll send out an email, a list of places that you should come check out while you're here. So.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah,
he's the castle going to be open.
I don't know if the castle's going to be. It's at that weird time, where it could be 10 inches of snow or it could be 80, right? So I think it's weather dependent, but the castle is definitely worth checking out.
I got to so I had this idea. So there's, like you said, every state, people are like, oh, I don't have anything. Yes, you do. You just have to look a little bit more. I had this idea for a show. I wanted to call it Monster Towns, and it would basically be a mashup of like diners, drive-ins, and dives with an investigative show. So you'd go to the town, eat the giant, the Sasquatch burger. You know what I mean? Like, get the giant pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Or, like see the local flavor in each town, go to like their local eateries and stuff, talk to people in the bars. I guess it's a little bit like Insomniac too, if you remember that show. Go around and like bop around, talk to people, get the word on the street kind of vibe, and then go out with a local investigator to be like, and now we're going to go look for their monster. And like what you just described of having like a pamphlet or, go-to list of like, these are the things you should look at while you're here. Like, I just think that's so perfect. I think that one, there's a lot of weird stuff. You just got to look. And two, I think that every town has stuff that's worth looking at. So I think I'm very excited to get that list now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I do I haven't done it for a while. I just did it over the summer. I do a Mothman tour. So, I'm about 2 hours away from Point Pleasant. So that's, everybody listens, they know already, but that's mostly what I do is Mothman stuff. And so we go down there and, basically we do the gimmicky stuff first, right? We head up the museum, we go get a Mothman pizza, all the little fun cutesy stuff. And then it's time to get real and go out to the TNT area and start investigating. And, but it gets people in the mood, it just sets the tone for kind of what you're getting into. And I've definitely changed many skeptics' minds, just going that route and letting them just, submerge themselves in that culture and really get into it. So I think there's definitely a market there. You should totally. We did something kind of similar. We did a Patreon exclusive show called Weird World, where we went state by state and told people what was weird in their state. We never finished it, but people liked it. They want to know how they can get into their local weird, and I don't blame them.
I would watch that show for sure. Like if you put that show out, I would watch it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Maybe somebody that knows how to work a camera will hear this and say, "Hey, you three should do it."
Yeah, let's do it.
Monster Town. Anyway, I
Monster Towns. That's a good one.
I've been pitching that forever. Just like, come on, pay me to go eat food and look for things in the woods.
Yeah, that's. I mean, you're onto something there.
Yeah.
Gosh, yeah, we got to find the right people. But yeah, so you're coming in, and you have kind of your own little expertise. Why don't we kind of shift gears a little bit? We'll talk plenty more about what to expect at Frogman Festival. Cassie, me and Cassie were talking about you earlier. It was all bad. I'm just kidding. It was great.
Probably.
But she was like,
I don't know you well enough to talk bad about you yet. So
it was good. But we were just kind of going over, talking to each other about what we're going to talk about and ask. And she was like, well, how did you put it, Cassie? How did you go from security?
How do you go from security at a college university to the Lost Monster Files?
Well, I'm still there.
Oh, okay.
That's the day job that pays the bills. So, all right. I was born a spooky young child that liked lots of weird things. And, since you're a kid, if you're into ghosts and UFOs and cryptids, like that's a constant passion and an interest and hobby of keeping up with things and going into buildings you probably shouldn't, at hours you're definitely not allowed to. And looking for things and stomping around in the woods and going on camping trips and long, overnight backpacking trips and looking for weird stuff. And you start to rack up experiences, right? And eventually, during the pandemic, I said to a friend, I was like, we should do a podcast about all the weird stuff just off the beaten path. And he also works in cybersecurity. And he was like, yeah, we should. I was like, but we got to narrow our scope because there's so much out there, to the point of conversation we were having earlier. Like, there's just so much out there. I was like, well, let's do what's in our backyard. So we started this podcast, Arcane Carolinas, which has since turned into books and like a whole thing. And while we were doing that, we were having loads of fun. And it was a great way to stay connected during lockdown. And people were looking for community at that time. We were able to grow this amazing community because just under the surface, if you get people comfortable, everybody's got a story about something. It might not be their firsthand experience, but they heard from their uncle or they have a friend or, fill in the blank. And from there, I got connected with the Lost Monster Files crew, and the opportunity came up that was like, hey, do you want to get a crack at Ivan Sanderson's archive? And I was like, yes, I do. I would very much like to be a part of this. So that's pretty much how it happened. And it's funny, man. Like, the convention circuit for these monsters and cryptids and UFOs and stuff, it's all very small. So I was already doing the convention circuit regionally. Yeah, GalaxyCon, Con Carolinas, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was able to just get like dialed in with like-minded people, and then that one thing led to another, and then all of a sudden you're on a phone with a producer that works with Discovery, and they're saying, I have the keys to all of Sanderson's stuff. We'd love it if you would work with us on this. I was like, I'm in, done. And I went to my boss and was like, hey, boss, I got a bunch of vacation leave saved up. I'm going to start burning it. And he was like, okay, go for it. So
right? That's what it's there for.
Yeah. I mean, so basically a lifetime of curiosity and research and just digging for stuff that's on the fringes of what we know. Right time, right place. I hate to say it like that, but that's really what it was. I am so extremely fortunate and lucky to have been in the right place at the right time and connect with the right people. And they were just like, "Hey, you're our guy. You're our science guy." And I was just like, "Yeah, I'm your science guy." I got a couple degrees in completely different topics. I can do this.
I can science. Yeah.
Yeah, I can science. I've written books. They're in the state archives. Like I got real stuff. I do research. I do technology research. That's my sponsored research.
But you know how to research. That's the point.
Yeah,
that's a big one. I mean, it is really.
Wow. But yeah, so I'm an adjunct professor. I'm a full-time cybersecurity professional. One of the hosts of Lost Monster Files on Discovery. And then in the middle of all of that, where it all sort of came from, I have my little podcast and my book series, Arcane Carolinas, that I really like.
How many books do you have out now?
3. Okay. It should be 4 at this time, but I'm behind. So that's completely on me.
Don't talk to me about my book that's supposed to premiere at Frogman Festival. We're getting there.
Yeah.
It happens, but
so that's how the dots got connected. I hope that if you have any questions about any of that, I know I just threw a lot at you really quickly, but that's the nickel version.
No, that's okay. We have very similar backgrounds, kind of. I got into it by being the science guy too for something that's supposed to be a silly YouTube video, and here I am. It's my whole life. Fuck.
Well, the funny thing is, so whatever. This is super personal. I don't care. I don't think I've ever shared this on a show. The reason I have a degree in natural resource science is because I just wanted something that I could get out of college with relatively easily. And so that's where the natural resource science degree came from. When I went back to grad school, that's when I got into the technology. So it's kind of funny. I joked while making the show. I was like, "Yeah, it finally paid off. Look at all that." I called it Rocks for Jocks.
That's what we called it in high school too.
Yeah, because it was like, it was like, oh, you got your botany, you got your animal science, you got your geology. It's just this grab bag of natural resource topics. And I was like, holy crap, it paid itself off. All right, this is awesome. I'm glad I did that.
Yeah. And we are missing a lot of that though in the paranormal is degreed people, and it sucks to say that, but we need that more, right? It adds credibility to it all. It doesn't mean that people that don't have degrees can't be smart and can't be helpful.
Absolutely.
Just that, it's definitely something that's, I would like to see more of. I've thought about going back for different things to try to, lend some credibility into it all. But that's a commitment, and I'm 34. I'm tired, y'all. So we'll see. But no, I love that. I love that you have that, because then, it sucks to say, but the normies, right, when they actually care to listen to what you have to say about it, but that's good.
Mm-hmm. It definitely helps to be like, oh, I do state-sponsored research, like at my day job.
Yep.
I do understand things.
Right. Yeah, I'm not just some crazy person with a microphone, That's
Right.
a big difference. What was it like to film Lost Monster Files with a big old TV network? That sounds fun.
It was. I feel really lucky to have gotten the opportunity to do that. I had never done that before. I had done like public cable shows, like South Carolina. I forget what county it was, and I don't want to get it wrong. They did a show with me and my Arcane Carolina's writing partner where we got to be guests. So I had done like a little bit of TV, but like very, very small. It is a completely different machine when you're working with like Warner Discovery, and man, it moves so fast, and it's just a whirlwind. And you're going to all these different places, you're talking to all these different people, you have no idea what's going to make it on the air versus what's going to fall on the cutting room floor. And honestly, some of the stuff that excited me the most didn't make the show.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. Yeah, I mean, how did you feel about the finished product?
I like the show a lot. It was a great opportunity. I still talk to everybody that was involved. We're actually on hold. We're not canceled, which I don't know how much you follow the news, but I don't think this impacts the doomsday clock, but there's a bunch of corporate mergers going on.
Yeah.
Does it have to do with Zach Baggins? No.
Probably.
So, like, all these different mergers and contractual obligations that these like megalithic, monolithic companies have, impact production of smaller shows. So they're like, you're not canceled, but we're not filming right now. And I'm like, oh man, but we were ready to rip with season 2. So I think that's why I'm like bittersweet about it, because I had so much more that I wanted to do. And, the finished product was good. They have to fit so much into the amount of time that's allotted and hit all the beats, for the viewer to get the information that the producers, the viewer needs. So like the Charlie Mewshaw produced show would probably be incredibly boring to your basic consumer, because I would be like, oh my God, look at these rock structures. You see, some people would think that this is a cave, but if you look up at the cliff of the mountain, what we're actually doing is walking within fallen rocks that go hundreds of feet deep, stuff like that. And, I think that's very exciting and cool. Like, what we can expect to find, since we're technically above ground, is stuff that hasn't been exposed to the elements, or, buried in soil that's constantly contracting and expanding and crushing and all that. So we might actually find something in here if something walked in here to die. And then we actually found like some really cool bones and stuff that I was just like, this is amazing. They're like, what do you think it is? I'm like, probably a fox or something. I don't know. They're like, that's not super exciting. Stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. This is cool. That means that this area supports life. Something came here. That kind of thing. So,
like,
but
after
you got
the episodes that you do you ever like go back and get follow-up information on them or more information, like after you're done filming that episode?
Yes, and also people come out of the woodwork too, and start reaching out with varying degrees of. You can cuss on this show, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You're a fucking moron. Are some comments, or, oh my God, that's so great. But here's this other thing that you need to know about. And so it's like, it goes between like super angry people because you didn't say what they wanted you to say, and super helpful people that want to share more details and stuff with you. So it's a mixed bag. It's very interesting. And I had never experienced that before.
Or did you ever find anything more about the Chupacabra episode? Like, do you ever find what the other, like, DNA was?
No. Dr. Canyon. Oh, you mean on the sample the other team got?
Well, you guys had both, what was it? The Mexican wolf.
Yeah.
Wow. I can't remember right now. And then there was a third one that neither one of you had.
Yeah, no, that never came through. So it's kind of a bummer. I mean, if you look at the specimen that Dr. Canyon had, like, they cut me geeking out really hard in the edit. I
believe that 100%.
Because I need to be, grounded and serious and everything. But I'm like, oh my God, Phyllis, this is it. The Texas Blue Dogs are what people are calling the Chupacabra. You've totally nailed it. Like all this stuff. That's a little on the nose, but that was like, I was so excited about that. But no, the specimen that the other team collected, because I wasn't with them in North Carolina, I was in Texas. So when we came back together in Kalamazoo, which I mean, we really went to all these places and stayed at these places. So it's a lot of travel. Like I said, it's a whirlwind. We came back together. That was kind of the end of it on that one. It was just like, well, this is the report. And it was just like, oh, okay. My family makes fun of me that every single episode got cut with me going like, well, I guess we got to get back out there and do more. Which is, they're like, that was probably the most authentic you thing. It was like, I don't accept this. We need to do more.
No, it does sound neat. I mean, I like that, you're reinforcing basically what we all know, that take this research not that you don't take it seriously, but like when you compare the TV version to what actually happens, like when you go out and investigate stuff, it's a lot of nothing, for what people expect, right? They expect that every time you go out something weird happens. Not necessarily, but when it does, ooh, that hype is for real.
And I don't know, man. I get amped, dude. Like when I'm like out there in the woods or like on a boat and like there's just something weird. I'm like, what was that? This is great. This is great. And that type of excitement is special because it doesn't happen every time.
Right. Yes, exactly. Right. And so when it does, it's you're extra hyped for it. But, like you said, being excited about something simple like rocks or whatever, it's like, hey, look, if I don't find the creature I'm looking for, I still saw some really cool stuff. So
exactly. And like the wildlife that we got to see doing that show is stuff that I would never have gotten a chance to see otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very cool.
Yeah.
I honestly, like right now, I have the Kodiak Sea Monster episode playing in the background, and you were probably in heaven in that episode with all the rocks and stuff.
That trip. Now, and sea monsters are my favorite when it comes to cryptids. So I was just like, we got to get back on the boat. I don't want to talk to these people. Just get me on the boat. Get me on the boat. Get me on the boat. I don't want to talk to people. Boat. Like, calm down, Charlie. I'm like, we need more time on the boat because you only get a certain amount of time. Yeah. Also, when you're producing a show, it's not like a long like study over the course of months and months and months. It's like, all right, we're here for a week. Figure it out. It's like, really? What if we don't get it? That kind of thing.
What was your favorite thing to film?
The it's not albino, it's translucent. The translucent crawdad. Well, I don't know. I mean, the gator was awesome too, but the crawdad was special because it was endangered. In the Arkansas episode, we had so obviously we're not down in that cave without guides, right? Like, so there's a guide, you just didn't see him. And that guy was super awesome. He taught me so much about caving that I had no idea about and have probably forgotten half of, but he was really awesome. And we go down there and we're kicking around and we're like way underground. And I had never done anything like that. And we're in this chamber and there's like pools of water and like waterfalls. And this actually made the cut because it's so cool. And I forget the name of it. It's like the crystal something. It's a crawdad, but it has no eyes because it's evolved in cave systems. So it doesn't need eyes. So it has no eyes. It's completely translucent. It's not that it's albino and it has no pigment. Like you can just see through it. It's really weird. And the guide knew exactly what it was and was like, okay, everybody pause, get your shot of that thing. And then we got to get out of this chamber. We can't come back through here. Like this is off limits now. I got to, report this sighting. This is only in one other cave system in the state, blah, 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 blah. Like knew exactly what it was. So yeah, definitely the Arkansas episode. Cause then like 3 days later, there's this giant like gator that somebody obviously dumped in a river at some point. Right? I mean, it could have gotten in naturally, I guess. My assumption is somebody dumped it. That was Justin's assumption. And he's the guy with the experience there, so I'll follow him. But yeah, that episode was just like, that's the other thing. Having experts that are experts in things that you're not is like the best way to do stuff.
Oh yeah.
If you had a bunch of people that were all really good at the same thing, it makes for very boring television.
Well, and then people get really pretentious and weird and competitive. The ego starts coming out. And you're like, yeah, I don't need none of this.
Right. So, and I think that's where it's fun. Was really fun for me to be like, whoa, that's really neat. What is it?
Yeah.
and then the caver is like, oh, that's this variety of crawdad. And I'm like, oh my God, this is the best thing.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, I don't want to, I want people to get hyped about, Carolina, right? The Carolinas, rather. Obviously, this is kind of, that's your baby, right? That's what you're really good at, and that's because you're from there, right? Have you always lived there?
I bounced around a bit as a kid. So I was born in Maryland, moved to North Carolina, lived in North Carolina for a while, moved back to Maryland, then moved back to North Carolina. So, yeah, between the two, yeah, I think I've spent at this point in my life, I might be coming up on, I've spent more time here than anywhere else.
And obviously you just picked it up because, well, just like you said, that's what was in your backyard, or was there a specific case that really got you going?
The specific case that really got me going on doing this has nothing to do with cryptids or UFOs or ghosts or anything that the show actually wound up being about, but a really weird sign on the side of the road. Okay. And I was like, that's a really weird sign. I want to know what that's about. And it just said "Nice Guy Fight Club." I was like, I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't know. We did a whole.
I would want to know what that was too.
It's exactly what it was. It was just some dudes that liked punching each other.
Are you allowed to speak about Fight Club?
I'm not in it, so I can say. I mean, I'm not in it, so I can say whatever I want. If you're publicly advertising, I can read your sign. It's since gone defunct, but it was just some dudes that liked beating each other up for fun. Actually, I'm not kidding. That's what it was.
So, where was this sign?
Those little those little plastic signs with the metal legs, power washing available, or election signs. They're really big during election season. Yeah, it was one of those, and it was on a back country road, kind of in the middle of nowhere, near where I was living at the time, and at this crossroads, and I was like, I want to say it was handwritten too, legibly, and some effort went into it. Big block letters. They obviously used, a ruler so that it was in a straight line.
It's more than I would do.
But I was just like, what is that? And I called my friend. I literally pulled over and called my friend while on that same drive, and was like, hey, I just saw this really weird sign. Let's make a podcast about all the weird stuff on the back roads and just off the beaten path. We can do ghosts and cryptids and UFOs. And also I saw this weird sign that gave me the idea. I have no idea what it's about, but it's weird, and it made me think about weird stuff.
So was there a phone number? I mean, how do you investigate something like that?
So there was a website. So we looked up the website, which took us to the YouTube channel. It's all been taken down now. It was definitely somebody's pandemic project that was not a podcast, but rather fighting people.
The doomsday ticks closer. That's
I reached out to the guy that started it, that I assumed started it. I mean, he responded to the email. And he was agreeable. He was just like, yeah, I'm not super interested in talking to you about it for a podcast, but
okay.
I was just like, yeah, that's fair. I get it.
See, you don't talk about Fight Club unless you're in the Fight Club.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. That's a good point. Well, I don't think I've ever been turned down before. For any type of research. I guess I've had people that just straight up don't respond, but nobody's actually been like, no, I'm not going to talk to you. So it must be.
I mean, he wasn't rude about it. Yeah, I mean, he was a very polite response. It was fine. I didn't feel slighted or anything. I was just like, oh, okay, that's fair.
But I know what you're saying. Me and my friend, we used to take these drives a lot, and one time we found the sign, and there was there's a road that it goes straight in the middle of fucking nowhere, but then there's this hill, this incline road, and on it one day on the post right there where the incline starts, it just says barbecue. We were like, what's that? What does that mean? And so we drove up the road and tried to, we went back there. It was just a neighborhood, and nowhere was there a barbecue. So I don't know. And it was there for months. So I don't know if they were advertising barbecue that they were selling, or there was a barbecue and we just missed it.
And maybe it's just a barbecue enthusiast. It's like, hell yeah, barbecue.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just thought out there, right?
Drive past it every day and get stoked. Barbecue. Yes.
And we were. Yeah, we were like, barbecue. And it's become like a identity of ours ever since then. So we got like these matching shirts that say like backyard barbecue. And I don't know. We're weird.
No, but like I think that kind of stuff is like worth documenting and talking about. And I think people would be surprised how once you start opening your eyes to little mundane weird stuff like that, you start to notice the bigger weird stuff and you start to talk to people about their weird stories. I have this one story. We were at this event. It was me and my writing partner, and we're sitting there, and the guy, it was an award show, and for the local WRAL best ofs, whatever. So we're sitting there. There's a gentleman in front of us, and he's there with his spouse and his son. And his son looks to be a teenager. And dude turns around. And he's like, "What are you boys here for?" And we're like, "Oh, we're here for the podcast category." And he's like, "What's your podcast about?" And we're like, "Oh, weird stuff like cryptids and ghosts and aliens." He goes, "I don't believe in any of that." And I was like, "Oh, okay. What are you here for?" He's like, "My son's band." I'm like, "Oh, what kind of music do they play?" So we like softened him up a little bit. And then this, like, just talking to him, like, he obviously doesn't want to talk about our stuff. So whatever, I'll listen to you about your son's band. That's cool. And then he goes, "You know what? I did see a UFO once." I'm like, bam, right there. If you just like get people to open up a slight amount, they have a story. They've seen something, or they know somebody that has seen something. And I think that, you know, being open to being like, "What's that weird sign?" or "What's that weird old dilapidated building?" You know, it opens more doors than it closes.
No, yeah, I agree 100%. I say that a lot. You said your kids are young. How old are they?
9 and 5.
Oh, okay. So they're school aged.
Mm-hmm.
Have you gotten to talk to the teachers about what you do?
Yeah.
It's fun. You know what? That was like my biggest hang up, because my kid, she was pretty, I mean, I think she was like 9 when I started. And, you know, you go to your first parent teacher conference and they want to know, like, "Well, what do you do for a living?" And you're like, "Oh, I do." I mean, you can always fall back on the day job, but you know what? I always answer, "Oh, you know, I do paranormal investigations." And it is interesting the amount of times nobody's ever been like, "Oh, I don't want to talk about that." They always have either their own story to share or somebody else's, or they're like, "Oh, I love that kind of stuff." Or, you know, you're really surprised by the amount of people that are into it, especially considering, Charlie, like you said, it's a small community, or so it seems, you know, so it is interesting.
Yep. Every town's got a story, and people know them. It's a good time, man. I don't know. I like it. Let me ask you a question. So you obviously enjoy paranormal topics. You enjoy cryptid topics, UFO related discussions. What is I'd like to hear from both of you, if that's okay. And I know I'm interviewing you on your own show, but I just want to know, get a baseline. What's your go-to topic? Like, out of the world of the weird, like, what is your number one?
Oh God, Cassie, go ahead, because my
I like
answer's
ghost.
long. There you go.
I'm more
Excellent.
ghost.
You're ghosty. You're ghosty. That's fine.
I like dead things, you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, mine's a little more long-winded. Of course, I started because of the Mothman, because I had weird experiences. That is people have heard on the show. Charlie, maybe I'll tell you sometime otherwise. But Mothman's a big one. But when you go down the Mothman rabbit hole, you hit a bunch of other holes along the way.
Oh yeah.
So my first book that I published is about my investigation into the Indrid Cold case. Where I befriended the Derenbergers, well, Tanya Derenberger specifically, because she's the last one alive, in an attempt to meet Indrid Cold myself. I still have not yet, maybe one day. And I really like those small time stories. I like the ones that aren't very big. As a matter of fact, my Frogman presentation is going to be, it's basically how to how to investigate one of these strange cases. And I'm using a small case as an example from start to finish, which involved just some old guy who has a couple, actually, in your neck of the woods, has a couple of interesting gravestones out there in Mount Airy, North Carolina, that nobody ever knew the origins of. But I found him. I figured it out. And he's a contactee. And I just think that those little stories are so fascinating, when they're not big, when they're not on TV, when they're not publicized, because those are the people that really genuinely had nothing to gain from sharing them. And here they are. So
Yep.
I like the people.
Yeah, we do. On Arcane Carolinas, we realized that so many people wanted to share their stories with nothing to gain, or were open to it, that we similar to you are not a guest heavy show. We have our format, and that's what we do. But we started doing in like the first or second year what we call case files episodes, where without injecting our own opinions, we just like have somebody on. We're like, I don't know, tell me about the time you saw a ghost use your toilet.
Sure.
Whatever. Phil, and then they're usually game to share that story, and you're like, weird.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
They're very fun. I once met a guy who had an alien dick, apparently. That was the weirdest thing. So, the one time I got interviewed for TV, they wanted to know what the weirdest thing I ever encountered was, and it's definitely that guy. And needless to say, I did not get a call back.
I would just want to see how you explain that on television.
Well, you saw
I
me
know the
say that.
stories.
Yeah.
I just want to see how you do it on TV. Like,
That was the first time I met Cassie. It was I was the host of this event in Erie, Pennsylvania, and people were asking me questions, and I don't know if it was you. Somebody had asked what the weirdest thing I encountered was, and it was the alien penis guy. It still is to this day. And I look around, and Cassie's there in the audience with her young kids. And I started to tell the story, and then I look at her, and she's like, "It's okay. They've heard worse." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I kept.
see, that's why I was fine with them listening to the show, because they already met you. Like, they're not young anymore. They're 16 now, so it's fine. But like,
They weren't like super young either, but they were, younger. But
they're like 10.
yeah, So, like I said, I didn't get the call back from that, but that's okay. I wasn't for their show. That's all right.
You can't win them all. You can't win them all. Sometimes you don't want to be on the show that you're not right for, right?
Right, exactly. I need like a Howard Stern based paranormal show, like a really raunchy for the heathens.
I think you're on it.
I think you're right. Fuck, that's kind of cool, actually.
You host it. Like,
right, I made it. Oh God, you're right.
Be the raunchy show you want to see in the world.
Yeah,
that should be on a t-shirt.
That's us. That's what happens when you're raised on that shit, I guess. You just grow up to be it. I don't know. But yeah, no, great question. I don't think I've ever been interviewed on my own podcast before. So that was I like that. I'm going to steal that in my playbook for future.
If you want a more winded response from me, it's because I live in, like, my house is haunted. Mm-hmm. Nothing really bad, but you can hear people walk up and down the steps when no one's home. The door, like, you can hear the door open and close, but the door doesn't open and close. And then they walk up and down the steps. My work is haunted. The parking lot of it is backed up into this extremely old cemetery. And I was inside making dough one day by myself, because I have to go in a lot earlier than everybody else. And somebody was right in my ear, and they're like, "Hey," and I'm like, nobody was there. And then our tire shop, the warehouse building from our tire shop, is haunted, they say. I've never experienced anything myself there, except this like very heavy, creepy feeling in one of the areas. But a girl, back when it was an actual farm, a young girl that lived there hung herself from the rafters in the barn that we use to store tires. So, I mean, it's all happened since I moved here.
Cassie's got some really interesting video footage from the tire shop.
I do.
And so that is it's really cool. I'm not like too big into ghosts. I'm not too big into hauntings. I will go, check out an investigation, but it doesn't really get me going as much as like being in the woods or, being abducted by aliens, right? That's neat. But Cassie sends me over some stuff, and I'm like, whoa, this is, it's legit. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, and I don't know anything about technology, so like I'm not faking any of it.
Yeah, she's like, look at this crazy thing I caught. I'm like, why do you always catch all the crazy things? Huh? I'm out there busting my butt. I don't catch crazy things like you do. No,
because I'm not looking for it.
I know, right? You don't want it. I want it too bad. They're like, we're not giving it to her. She's just desperate for it. thirsty ass. I'm like, yeah, that's me. That's thirsty for them ghosts. But no, that's a great question. Well, let's switch gears a little bit more. What are you bringing to Frogman Festival?
So the line that I've used before, when I'll use it again, is I know better than to come into somebody's house and tell them their own business. So I will not be talking about the Frogman.
Okay. I don't either, and I go every year, but that's James Willis's thing. So
there is nothing I can bring that somebody that lives there won't know better. is my attitude on those. So I'll be bringing some, I guess you could call them artifacts. I'll be bringing what I believe to be a bipedal hominid footprint that appears to be way too big to be a dude's from Minnesota that was recovered during the filming of Lost Monster Files but did not make the air. So I'll be bringing that. That was cast by my co-host Brittany. I actually wasn't there, but she was so excited and brought it back and was like, oh my God, Charlie, look what I found. It was on an off day, so they didn't have cameras with them. And I was like, you have to make me a copy of that. So she made a casting of it, and I made her write her name and date on where she found it and the location on the back. So I'll be bringing that. I'll be bringing some of my own artifacts from stuff that I've collected firsthand, both paranormal related and cryptid related. I'll be bringing a talk about probably cryptids. I'll probably pick something that's a corollary to a Frogman story and relates to my neck of the woods, and bring that and be like, I don't know, we got this lizard.
That's what I was gonna say. Is that the Lizard Man? People love that guy.
Yeah, they love the Lizard Man. I actually programmed and created physical cartridges for a Lizard Man Atari game that you can play. So
Are you serious?
Yeah. It was my big project, one of my big projects last year. So I was thinking about lugging a TV and an Atari and my Lizard Man game that I made, so people could play that and while I talk about the Lizard Man.
What? Hold on. How can I have a copy of the Lizard? Because I'm a huge video game nerd. Like, that's my thing. How can I get my hands on this?
It did sell out. I can dig around and see if I have like a secondary copy.
You just give me a price and I'm there.
All right.
Don't lug a TV. Just message Jeff Craig. He'll get you a TV there, so you don't have to lug one around.
We'll get you a TV.
He's very accommodating.
Okay. People have joked at these conventions before that I'm like a self-sustaining show, because I'll bring, like, he's got a hotspot, he's got a laptop, he's got battery packs, he's got his own audio setup, and it's just like, I don't know, I just like to come prepared. So, but yes, I will definitely take a TV if there's one available and leave the other one wherever I'm staying. But yeah, so that's what I was thinking about doing, something like, either amphibian or reptile related, so that it's like Frogman adjacent. And Lizard Man seems to be a pretty good candidate for that. And then really, I just want to have a dialogue. The way I usually do these talks is like, I want to start a discussion with the audience and make it a two-way conversation. So, talk a little bit about Lizard Man. My video game will be there if you want to play it. I'll have my books. I'll have some artifacts from some of my adventures that I've been fortunate enough to be able to go on. And then I really want to have a two-way dialogue as part of the presentation.
Well, I love that. No, that's I don't do like a physical, like a PowerPoint or anything. I just get up there and talk to people, and they really like that. They're so bored, right, of the PowerPoints. And
yes,
I'm sick of. I don't like that, right? I want to have fun and have a good time. So it'll be fantastic. Something weird always happens too. Like literally always, the first Frogman Festival, as soon as I got up there, because I'm the MC all day, so I'm there all day, and then I'm also one of the speakers, so then I have my talk. But when I get up there doing my talk, somebody right in the front row of the audience was playing Pokemon Go, and right then and there, right on the stage with me is one of the frog Pokemon. I don't remember its name. And it was just like, of course, wow, that's you can't make that up. It just happened that way. And then last year I obviously was on the Injured Cold book tour because it came out last year, and so that's what I talked about. And I was kind of making this joke about how much Indrid and his family, they really like hot dogs because they don't have that on Lanulos, and they enjoy it. And like in the middle of my talk over the loudspeaker, they're like, we're now selling our hot dogs 2 for $1 or something like that. And I'm just like, I did not pay them to do that, y'all. They just did that on their own. I don't know.
Dude, synchronicities are so fun. I love it.
Constant. Yeah, it's constant. But when you do those unplanned talks like that, it just seems like, I don't know, it just happens more often. And when the audience experiences that with you, it's insane. Like the energy is so neat. So tell us about what is weird about North Carolina. Say I want to come there, right? I want to go there and I want to check it out. What do people? What should someone like myself pay attention to if I were to come to that area?
So it's a pretty wide state. Are you interested in the mountains, the beach, or like sort of the middle of the state, like cities and stuff?
Oh, all of it.
I love Pisgah.
Okay. There is. So we'll go western.
Yeah, just give me a little bit of the heavy hitters, the big ones, a little bit of everything.
So Purgatory Mountain is probably one of the coolest bits of folklore and ghost stories that connects to very real history, as well as like what I'll call modern beliefs around, I guess paranormal, for lack of a better way of putting it. So there was it's in the geographic center of the state, dead center of the state, right next to the North Carolina Zoo. So you can park there for free. It's great. And when I say mountain, it's a very, very low hill. It's part of the Uwharrie mountain range, which is one of the oldest mountain ranges. If I don't want to misspeak on that. It's an extremely old mountain range.
Well, it's part of Appalachia. So, I mean, just it's all really old as fuck. So,
yeah. I just don't want to misdate it because I don't have my notes in front of me from that research.
Sure.
So anyway, Purgatory Mountain, go there. It's a leisurely stroll up a hill through the woods. And one of the first things you'll notice is that there is just quartz all over the place. Ooh. Just loose quartz pushing up through the topsoil, right? So, the belief that, quartz can hold different energies and stuff. And then you get into the stone tape theory that like ghosts are just, energy replaying traumatic events that has been imprinted upon the area. The story goes that if you're out there at night, you can see the ghost of a Confederate Home Guard member that was known as the Hunter that raided a local Amish village because he knew that they wouldn't fight back, to drag them to Wilmington during the Civil War to press them into service doing like leather working and salt mines and other things that they would make the Amish do. Because they knew they couldn't get them to fight. So real jerk, right? Like just, real jerk taking advantage of people.
I don't know. According to Cassie, the Amish are really terrible people. She's our Amish expert. She lives in Millersburg, Ohio.
I don't like the Amish.
I'm sorry, Quakers. I got it wrong. Quakers.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Quakers, not Amish. See, you said Amish earlier and it got in my brain. I'm sorry. Rewind. The Quaker population, not Amish.
I was like, Cassie's not feeling bad at all right now for these people. So
Quakers. Quakers are pacifists. I can't believe I botched that.
That's fair.
So the Quakers, like the guy on the oatmeal can.
Yeah.
So there's a very high Quaker population, not Amish, in Randolph County, and there was back then. So this dude would go in and like, this is the story, and he kidnaps all these people out of church because he knows they'll be on Sunday. He knows they won't fight. He kicks the door in, he drags a bunch of the men out, and starts marching them to Wilmington. Well, they make it to a pub where he, parks to water his horse and go in and get some food. And he proceeds to get drunk, and all the Quakers escape up the mountain, and they like create this pact that they're going to kill this guy to escape and that they can never speak of it again because, what a horrible thing for Quakers to do, to not just be violent, but actively murder this guy, even though he kidnapped them. So they do that. And then, they all swear each other to secrecy, and the ghost of the Hunter haunts the side of the mountain until the end of time. Right. So that's the lore, right? So if you're on Purgatory Mountain at night, you can see a light moving down the mountain. So I go out there and I'm like, wow, there's a lot of quartz here. okay, well that aligns with like modern belief around like if you buy into that, like then this all lines up. Okay, did this guy actually exist? And we did a whole episode of Arcane Carolinas about it. I won't bore you because it's like an hour and a half long thing. Yes, the guy did exist. Yes, he did die right there by the mountain, but it wasn't Quakers. It was 3 other dudes that he was trying to press into service that killed him and essentially like started the rumor to cover their tracks of like, yeah, this really insular group over there that nobody really knows about, they definitely killed that guy. And everybody was just like, oh, weird. Okay. Yeah. Let's just blame. But it like speaks to like so many themes in society and how we interact with groups that we don't know about. And like, it's a really poignant story with real history behind it. And if you are a paranormal believer or, you know, hopeful skeptic like myself, there's even stuff there to support that. And like, that's an amazing story. So Purgatory Mountain is a good one in the dead center of the state.
Is that the name of the episode on Arcane Carolina? Is Purgatory Mountain? Or do you know the name of the episode?
I think so.
Okay.
Let me just Google it really quick.
We're going to North Carolina in April, so this is helping greatly.
Yep, it is episode 14.
All right.
Okay, yeah. So that one's a fun one. So a fun one out in the mountains. Let's do the mountains. There's so many in the mountains because it's very in vogue right now. So I'll switch gears. So I told you too that I was like, oh, it's amazing how real this is. I'll tell you one that's complete crap. And that is the vampire, not the vampire beast of Bladenborough, but the vampires of Dillsborough.
Oh.
There's a story that gets circulated about like, oh, this town had vampires and like it was this family and they moved here from Eastern Europe and they, you know, the one guy claimed to be a doctor and like people were slowly going missing through the town. So I took a trip to Dillsborough, dragged the whole family out there. It is a middle of nowhere mountain town. Very nice town. Had a lovely visit. And the entire story, once you start picking at it, when you look at dates and locations and you're actually in the town and then you go visit the local county like historical society and start going through all their records, you realize the entire thing was made up. The entire thing is fake. It's just to sell books and ghost walks.
What, you're telling me that vampires aren't real?
But there's like no not in Dillsborough, but it's like usually when you hear these stories, you can fish out some piece of real history, right? Like you can't even do that with this one. And it's like, oh God, this is crap. No one should ever repeat this.
Oh man. And that is always so disappointing for people. That's going to be someone's favorite story. And they're like, wow, I listened to that Wednesday show and Charlie ruined it for me. But you know,
don't worry. I get plenty of hate mail for stuff like that. They're like, you asshole, it's real. And I'm like, yeah, okay. It's still real to me, damn it.
Ask me how I know. God damn it. That reminds. So we do this, we do a series, every quarter or so. It's called Solved, and it's about one of these things that has been unequivocally solved. And we talked about the Gable film, which
I was just thinking about that too. I'm like, how do we forget?
We didn't even talk about it. So I've got to take a break for a second and talk about that. We kind of had an update about the Gable film. After putting our episode out there, the guy who made it actually reached out to me and let us know that he made a Gable film part 3. Everybody, we talked a lot about part 1 with the, with the dog man creature, part 2 with the finding the body. I had no clue there was a part 3, and he got a hold of me and said that there is in fact a part 3 and shared it to our YouTube channel, which I never check because I don't make money on YouTube, so I don't ever look at it. And sure enough, he shared the link, and there is a part 3 to the Gable film. It is in fact a prequel to The Beast Before, and it's amazing. It's got Godzilla in it. So for anybody questioning the validity of the dog man in the Gable film, just check out his third film, and that will definitely clinch it for you. At least it should.
It's the most entertaining 3 minutes I've ever watched from a Super 8 camera. It's great.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah, I know. He did a good job. Good for him.
And it was done 14 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, good. And nobody knew it was a thing. Nobody ever talks about it because it doesn't have it's not Dogman, right? It does. I mean, it does have the creature in it, I guess, that he films as. But anyway.
Yeah, and you can see the perfectly human butt crack of the creature too when he's trembling through the woods.
Yeah.
Tell me it's real now. Just tell me.
But no, yeah.
Folks have haunches, not cheeks. Haunches, not cheeks.
Terrible.
And boxer briefs.
Yeah, we get the hate mail too, because I'm very you have to be. I am a real researcher before anything else, before I'm an entertainer, before anything. I believe in this stuff, right? So therefore I want to prove it exists, and it's not going to help if I keep pushing around the same old false stories and things like that. So people get worked up about that. But I say that all the time. My show's not for people that are into the paranormal. It's for people that aren't. So that is
I like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here to teach regular people why we should pay attention. Because when I tell you that you should pay attention to something, then you should probably pay attention to it. And I think that the LBL beast attack is fake. So I mean, there you go. And that's a big deal to some people. Anyway, that's what I've gotten a lot of hate mail about. People get mad. You get the people that are upset about the Nephilim. You guys have giant stories also there in the Carolinas, don't you?
We have everything.
Yeah.
Not to sound like a braggart, but you can find somebody that'll spin you a yarn about anything you want to hear.
Yeah.
We're from Ohio. We know.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a fella, and I like this guy. I consider him a friend of my show, but we'll have him on every now and again at conventions just to like throw a little flavor on the panel.
Sure.
Right? And it always devolves into me yelling at him, laughing, smiling as I do it, but telling him he's full of it. And he's got a deep, deep South Carolina accent, and he'll just say, "You're just mad because you can't understand what I'm saying." And I'm like, "No, I understand full well what you're saying. You're making it all up." and we go back and forth, and it's become it's a bit at this point, because he'll just make shit up and see if I call him out on it. I'm like, that's not real, man. That one, nope.
I love that.
Yes,
lots of fun. Well, but you do learn from people, even if the facts aren't there, right? Even if we can't track this to a certain set time period and a certain period. I mean, you do still learn from the people that do believe in this stuff, so vehemently. And so I think everybody has a place, the extreme believers and the extreme skeptics. We just need to bridge the gap and not get angry at each other about it, about things that don't exist, and instead have fun, like Charlie and his what's his name? What's your guy's name?
Michael.
Charlie and Michael. The opposites attract duo.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. No, Michael's my actual writing partner. That's Tally that I'm talking about. Yeah. I mean, Michael and I are pretty much opposites too. He's much more of a believer in stuff than I am. But that's funny. Oh man, my brain.
Is he the one on the podcast with you?
Yes, Michael is the one that does the show with me.
He's so serious.
he's yeah. He's definitely the straight man on the show, which is ironic because he's not the straight man in real life, and I am. Oh. It's okay to make that joke because I've made that joke to him and he's made that joke back. We're a very inclusive show, and it's funny. I'm like, it's ironic that you're the straight man on our show, and he's like, I know.
Man, and Cassie was saying that you tell a lot of dad jokes on your show. Is that true?
They're just jokes to me.
Dad jokes.
That's true.
It makes more sense now that I know you have young kids.
I walked right into it too. See, I'm a single parent, so I have to be the mom and dad. So I thought I was good at dad jokes. Fuck.
Well, you just walked into one. There you go. No. So the dynamic of Arcane Carolinas is Michael and I are very different. Michael is, I always describe him as being far more mystical. And he is very, very serious about how he conducts his research. He has like graduate certificates in folklore studies from, I forget which college in the state, so I won't get it wrong. I won't say it. So he is a learned scholar and a multi-award winning author, and by far the best writing partner I could ever hope for when it comes to this kind of stuff. Whereas I'm a little more wacky on that show they're just jokes to me. They're not dad jokes. It's just who I am. I am.
You're
who
a
I am.
dad. It's automatically a dad.
Right. But yeah, basically, I just try to make him groan and go like, ugh, constantly.
He sounds like a wizard the way that you talk about him. I think that's
He is a wizard. Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
You have your own wizard on your show. Wow, that's very cool.
Yeah.
We have a wizard, but it's Nate, and people don't hear from him. So, and that's okay. They don't need to, right? He's the wizard. He does all the work in the background.
Mm-hmm.
He's good at what he does.
He is.
Somehow, some way. I don't know why he puts up with this, but he does. Thank God for Nate. I don't know, Cassie. I'm gonna have you. You can question if you got a question.
You've just put me on the spot. Like,
I did, yeah.
I ask questions as they come to me. I don't have them wrote down.
Don't you want to know Charlie's favorite evening dish?
It's so weird because like my TV's on silent, but I keep seeing him on the TV and he's talking here. So it's like, kind of like I'm listening to him in front of me.
Oh. Well, that's a good way to do
I'm probably smiling a lot less on the show than I am in real life right now.
They just go
It's
through
the magic of editing.
and find the times you're smiling. They're like, yeah, I got to cut that out. We can't have that.
I was hoping Brandon was going to text me some questions because like I made him watch one of the episodes with me before I came up here. And he's like, you know, I got a lot of questions about this chupacabra. And I said, well, text him to me. I'll ask, but he hasn't sent me anything.
Not one. Wow. He's missing his opportunity. He'll never get the chance again.
He's super stressed right now because Eva has surgery tomorrow. So, you know.
I guess that's a good point.
I am approaching time here, but before we, I have questions.
Go.
Okay.
Shoot.
I threw out a small referencing. I am so tired. I apologize. I threw out a small wrestling reference earlier, and it met with some response. How do we feel about Joe Hendry in 2026?
I love Joe Hendry. I'm so mad he didn't appear just now.
Okay.
I have
tried.
my shirt with his face on the front, just a big picture of Joe Hendry.
Mm-hmm.
How about you? What do you think?
Oh man, we are a Hendry household.
Yes.
So that's what got my youngest one into wrestling was his appearance at Mania last year. And he just goes, "That man is big and strong." I said, "That man is big and strong." And he said, "I like him." I was like, "All right, can we watch more of this?" I said, "We can watch more of this."
I went to the Rumble last year and it was so cool.
That's awesome.
I loved it. Plus, I got to see John Cena. So it was like awesome.
Nice.
Well, here's to Joe Hendry having a banger 2026 and getting some more coverage.
Yes. Are you a sportsing guy? What a Super Bowl. What do you think?
So you want to hear something horrifically embarrassing?
Sure. That's what we're about.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I was messing with dishes in the sink before I came upstairs to jump on this. And I looked up and I looked over at my wife and I said, "Who's in the Super Bowl this year?"
Oh gosh. I don't think I'm not a sports person. Yeah, so not too bad.
She goes, I think Bad Bunny and Green Day.
Yeah.
And I was like, "No, babe, the teams." And she goes, "Yeah, I don't know. But Bad Bunny and Green Day are going to be there." I was like, "Oh, okay then. Thank you." And then I didn't even bother to look it up.
New England and the Seahawks.
Okay, there you go. Look at New England getting back there again.
Yeah. Well, I want to see New England win because I want to see if they can do it without Tom Brady.
Yes, or Belichick. Like,
Right.
I don't want either of those guys involved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Belichick's reputation is mud here in North Carolina after what he pulled at UNC this past fall.
Oh yeah.
So
See, I'm a big Puppy Bowl fan. That's my Super Bowl.
there you go.
We make a big event of it.
I like the
Team
the
loves-
Bud Bowl.
Oh yeah, there you go.
The
Yeah.
Bud Bowl. dating myself a little bit with that one, but I remember watching, being like, "Oh, look, Dad, the beer bottles have helmets on and they're hitting each other."
Yeah. Yeah, everything but the Super Bowl, whatever they got going on that year. I'm a gimmick lover. I love that shit. So that's my sports ball
There you go.
contribution.
Well, let me tell you, Joe Hendry would love to have you investigate how awesome he's going to be in 2026.
You know, I am an old wrestling fan, so I'm like 90s, 2000s, because that's when I was super into it. I feel like now as an adult, I want to get back into it, and I know that I don't need to go back. I can just jump right in, but I feel like I've missed so much.
Well, you just gave me my like next wrestler poster that I'm going to do. I'm going to do Hendry.
Oh, yes. Nice.
My wrestling like drawings are the best things that's ever came off like my hand doing. Like they're literally like 18 to 30 hours into each one of them.
Amazing.
Do they sell well?
What?
Yes, they're the biggest sellers anywhere I go. If I have enough Rhea Ripleys, I could probably sell 50 Rhea Ripleys in one day.
I love that because everybody likes wrestling. I mean, come on.
It's a similar to what we were talking about earlier, when sometimes you just want to have something that doesn't have anything to do with anything else.
Yeah.
And that space is wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah. Turn off the brain. Yeah. Just
right. It's really oh God, I'm about to get really philosophical. I know I said I'm at time. So like we look at these cryptids and these legends and folklore, and like it's like modern day like tales of Olympia in some regards for people, right? And we like project the nobility of Sasquatch and you know the where these creatures fit in our like view of the world. Wrestling's the same thing. It's these tales of heroes and villains and certain people, you know, we project our own belief structures onto them, and there are these characters. I mean, they're real people just covered in oil and rubbing on each other, but still. Yeah.
That's fair.
Beyond all that.
Yeah. No, I think you're talking to the right audience.
Yeah.
They're definitely picking up what you're putting down.
And I think that's why it's like this universal space, right? Like we have these spaces where we get to go and kind of shut out the mundane doomsday clockness of the world and focus on aliens.
Yeah.
Or Sasquatch or ghosts or, you know, or 6'7", 350-pound dudes in tights. Mm-hmm. It's, you know,
it's good. That's how we do it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's great.
Man, that is great. I'm not gonna, you know what? I'm not gonna have you say much else. I think that is a great spot to leave it at for the audience. Except for, of course, I want you to, plug away. Where can people find you, your show, everything that you're doing? Where can they follow you at?
Sure. Thank you for that, by the way. CharlieMewshaw.com. Got all my stuff there, links to socials, at Charlie_Mewshaw on Instagram. I do have a Threads account. I don't follow anybody, but you know, maybe I will one day. Maybe I'll post something one day. I don't know. So you can follow me there.
I feel that. I want to check that shit out, but I'm so oversaturated with social media. But
yeah, I don't really do a whole lot of socials. If you want to connect with me, Instagram at Charlie_Mewshaw. If you want to find Arcane Carolinas or Lost Monster Files stuff, hit up CharlieMewshaw.com or ArcaneCarolinas.com. And I've been really long-winded on the plug. Thank you for giving me that opportunity. I'll shut up now.
No, absolutely. And I hope people definitely come check it out. If you guys come to Frogman Festival on March my God, is it the 6th or the 7th? I keep fucking this up.
7th? Maybe.
It's on Saturday. Oh my God, my calendar won't load fast enough. Somebody help me. It's the 7th of March.
Oh, something to note for the festival. I always travel heavy with freebies. I always bring little freebie bags and like stickers and buttons and pins and like all kinds of free crap. So just come by my table and say hi, and I've got some free stuff for you.
Also, about the festival, I already messaged Jeff Craig and asked him about a TV, and he said he will have one there for you.
Oh, hell yeah. You did not have to do that, but thank you.
We got you. We got you at Frogman.
Right.
Take care
All
of it.
right.
But yeah, definitely come by. Come see Charlie. Let him know that you heard him on Wednesdays We Talk Weird, or don't. Just come get us free stuff and don't say anything. It's like a weirdo. We're used to
It
that.
happens. It's okay. You don't have to talk. You can just take the free stuff.
Yeah,
it's fine.
right. We're used to the
I'll
awkward.
judge you a little,
A little.
but not so much that you should feel off about it.
That's fine too. I don't know, Charlie. If somebody comes up and buys one of your books, will you lick the book for them?
Oh, good question.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
no one's ever asked me to do that. I mean, I wouldn't do it like lengthwise along a page. That might cut my tongue. I'd probably just
No,
just
like
the cover's
across the
fine. We were
cover.
just trying to find somebody else that would lick a book like CharlieMewshaw does.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
that's,
I mean, sure.
okay. Well, there you go.
I'd like- That's a hell of an ending. Thank you.
You have to buy it though, right? That's the thing. Like you don't just.
Yeah. I don't just lick the book for you.
So.
It's not just like a licking show, a book licking show.
No, you gotta. So if anybody asks, you know where it came from.
Right.
You're welcome. With that being said, guys, we'll end it here. We'll see you back here next Wednesday.